I woke up today morning to a number of comments on an older video that I had made several weeks ago. This video was about Yieldnodes where I had clearly called out why it could be a scam. Right? I did an in-depth analysis. That Excel sheet is linked in this description, but I gave you a very in-depth analysis calling out why Yieldnodes is definitely a scam. And I woke up to a surprise saying, why are there so many comments on this video that I made weeks ago? Well, it turns out that there was an announcement a few hours before I saw my phone, and that announcement was by one of the founders of Yieldnodes announcing that due to the crypto winter, they are putting a pause on withdrawals. Right, with immediate effect, we will restructure Yieldnodes into Yieldnodes Pro to ensure hedging, etc., etc. Something saying that basically they're saying you're not getting your money back anytime soon. So, what is this Yieldnodes Pro? Does it make sense for you to hold on to it? Is that also a scam? Yes, definitely is a scam, and I'll tell you why. So, in the few paragraphs here, they give you pretty much useless information. I'll get to the real stuff here. What they're actually saying is that they are taking your money and along with all the deposits, whatever, and all the interest that was accrued, whatever they were supposed to pay you, and they're going to put it into real world assets because virtual assets are not making any money. First of all, I don't think any of you invested, even if you had invested in Yieldnodes, I don't think you had invested because this was a power plant somewhere. You invested because this was a new project. This was something in blockchain. Gives you higher returns, etc., etc. Yieldnodes promised you more than 200%, and that's the reason you probably invested. Not because they wanted to put your money somewhere else, right? But that's what Yieldnodes is doing. So they are taking new assets and putting all your money into that, and they're hoping to give you some returns out of it. And let's look at these assets, right? They're saying two hubs in Germany and Malta. The next three are pretty interesting. A large photovoltaic power plant in Germany, several photovoltaic power plants in Italy and Germany, a large photovoltaic power plant in Iran. Specifically, look at this: 11.5 megawatts in Germany, 2 megawatts in Italy and Germany, and one in Iran that is 23 megawatts. So the one in Iran is actually more than the one in Germany and Italy combined. That totally defeats my, like, I'm totally surprised. So anyway, coming to the point, these guys are investing your money into assets. This is a European based company. They're putting their money all over the place. One of them happens to be a solar power plant, and if you quickly Google, right, what is the ROI for a solar power plant, right, just Google what's an ROI for a solar power plant. Look at the first answer there. It says the average ROI on a solar power plant in the United States is about 10%. I don't think it can be any better anywhere else in the world. With import taxes and so on, I think the ROI will just go down in any other country. 10%. Right? And what is Yieldnodes promising you? Well, Yieldnodes was saying that if you invest, you will get like 238% or some odd number like that, right? Some enormous three-digit number that you were supposed to get out of it. Now, look at this trajectory that they have put on their website. Right? If you had invested 1,000 euros, your money would keep compounding like this. This large red line here is Yieldnodes, where your money is exponentially growing. In fact, August of 2022, that's like 2 months ago, to September of 2022, that's last month, they seem to be growing perfectly fine. There was no crypto winter, nothing happened, although Bitcoin price and everything crashed more than a few months ago. They seem to be growing perfectly fine, and one fine day they decide to say that, hey, there is no more money, we are not able to do well because it's all, everything's crashing and so on, crypto winter, etc., etc. I don't really buy that. Right? Let's look at what else are they saying. They're saying a HTC plant in Germany connected to all patents, whatever that means. A music publisher and streaming provider in Germany. So they're taking your money and putting it into a music publisher, probably like Spotify or something based out of Germany. Which one they have not really mentioned. So that's again dicey. Which music producer is this? Another project where you can charge electric cars without a charging network, and which can also compensate for the disadvantages of the very volatile power supply from the sun and wind. This again makes no sense, right? What is this project? Is there a name to it? Like, where is it based out of? No information. Various residential, commercial, social properties, building plots, forests, where we can focus on sustainable construction and management. You know what is the ROI on construction? Well, even the best of the best, probably do not give you. Right, I'm looking at Contractor magazine. The top quartile of contractors earn about 40% return on their invested working capital, and this is a top 40%, and this is just a return on invested working capital. I'll not get into the details, but none of these assets is going to anywhere remotely give you a 200% return. That's for sure, right? No real world asset was going to give you that much anyway, unless it was a tech company growing enormously fast. None of these is going to give you that much. And look at the diversity in these assets: power plants to some electric charging kind of a project, to residential and commercial properties, to a music streaming service. Why would you, like, what is this? Like, I don't think anybody would invest in such a diverse thing, because you need a certain amount of domain knowledge to even understand each of these sectors and put your money into it. So all this is extremely fishy. Yieldnodes Pro is also not going anywhere. It is nothing but a scam that is being masked in such a way to make you feel better about it. Right? They are saying that the value of all these real world assets amounts to well over 300 million euros. Uh, I'm not sure how much is the deposits that was sitting with Yieldnodes. Right? That's something that if any of you know, do comment below. But the deposits along with the interest, if that's just 300 million euros, I'm pretty surprised. And they are saying that all this together is worth about 300 million euros. And they will give you more information, as and when it comes. So what are you going to get right now? Well, if you have invested, they're saying that they will convert your payments and credit balances into NFTs, which give you a subscription right to shares in these assets. So honestly, it doesn't make sense to me. Why would you issue an NFT to give a subscription right to shares of these assets? First of all, a share is a fungible thing. It's not a non-fungible asset. So it makes no sense to give an NFT to something that is fungible. It unless you want to just scam people by using terminologies like NFT. Now, they are saying until these NFTs can be traded, a contractual minimum interest rates of 5% per quarter will be ensured. Well, if you're investing in real world assets, I just showed you, you're not making like more than 10%, or construction best case, you're making 40%. So this 5% per quarter, that means 20% annually, not compounded. That sort of makes sense that you may get that much, although that's still on the very higher end if it was being invested in the real world assets. So even that seems very fishy. And you're being given an NFT that essentially gives you a right to some of these things. Right? And they're saying that after that, in the first stage, we'll create possibility for these NFTs to be traded, which is in quarter 2 of 2023. Quarter 2 of 2023 is at least 6 to 9 months away, more like over 8 months away, I guess. Yeah. End of quarter 2 is 8 months away at least. So you have to wait for 8 months for them to make it possible for these NFTs to be traded. You know what's going to happen when a trading thing opens up? People are going to try and sell, and the value of those NFTs are going to crash. And it does not take you 8 months to create a trading feature of these NFTs. You can pretty much list these NFTs on OpenSea, and people can buy it if they want to. Most people want. As simple as that. Right? That means this is like, I don't know where they're going with this. In the second stage, based on Yieldnodes Pro, we will provide a portal that allow our partners to convert NFTs into equity investments and receive their returns from the associated assets. If somebody actually stays till there to get it back, and quarter 4 2023 is like end of December next year, that's like a year and 2 months or 3 months from now. Would anybody even want to wait till then? So at least till then, if we go by what they're saying, your money is frozen. Consider it gone, as good as gone. Your money is frozen. They're saying that they'll come up with more details in the coming days, but I don't think there is any. This is like a very, very, very nice way of saying that, hey, we just scammed you. As simple as that. There's nothing more than that. They're just saying we just scammed you. This is such a beautifully drafted announcement, stating that. What is the next steps? Well, honestly, I have no idea, because nobody knows where these guys are supposedly based out of Malta. Well, not really sure. If somebody's from Malta, then maybe you can go check on them. But I don't see. I think whoever invested in Yieldnodes, it's gone. Please be careful. Right? This is serious stuff. always be careful. I had called it out in my video that I made several months ago. Do not fall for scams like this. In fact, I made another video of a few weeks later calling out another project which I think is a scam called Drip Network. Do check it out. I think that's going to be the next one that might fall, as this approaches, because Ponzi schemes run like this. The guy who's coming in later will, whatever investment he's putting in is going to pay for the guy who came in earlier. If you don't get enough people in the pyramid, then eventually it collapses. That's what is happening. Probably they aren't getting enough people to sign up to Yieldnodes, and that's what's going to happen with Drip Network as well. So please be careful with your money. Do not fall for these kind of things. I do a lot of analysis, deconstructing all this, telling you which one could possibly be a scam, which one is a risk, which one is a for concern, what is the concern. I detail all that in all my analysis. If you like this video, if you like to watch such analysis and stay safe with your money, then do subscribe to my channel, tell your friends about it, and welcome to the Wave Crypto Club.